Man, look. Whew, the chickens come home to roost. They come home to roost, don't they? Wow. Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. What if I told you they never invented Beats headphones? That wouldn't surprise anybody. They rarely invent things. They capitalize off people who invent things. That's what they do. Dr. Dre, same thing. Man ain't probably made a beat in years. But he capitalized off people who make beats. Not that he doesn't have any talent. He's just a busy man. Now, when you have other people like Jimmy, ideas, they like to take it, claim it as their own, take all the fame, the lights, the cameras. That vanity is something else, and Jimmy loves vanity. Oh, he does. Now, Stephen Lamar is the entrepreneur he basically created the idea of beats. Brought it to Dr. Dre in 2006. After having a fallout a few years later, Dre and Jimmy sued Lamar for a breach of contract. The lawsuit left Lamar without any rights, but in exchange, he would receive a 4% royalty from every headphone sold. Now, what went wrong? Because they got to battle it out in court because Lamar said he's owed more than $100 million in royalties for all four versions of the beats that is sold. Or are they trying to figure out is it just for the first model? The lawsuit was initially denied by a trial judge but was revived in 2016 by an appeals court after it determined the royalties agreement was ambiguous. The respective sides has already agreed beyond to present evidence in court. Dre and Jimmy Iovine claim when the deal was done, they had no idea there would be more versions of beats created. But Lamar has reportedly presented a PowerPoint from the early stages of the company that showed different models and future ideas for the headphone line. Anyway, regardless of this outcome, Dre and Jimmy are due to receive $700 million from their stock and Beats in August. $700 million in August. Are you kidding me? And they don't want to pay the man. You see? See how they do you? But you see the lights, you see the flash, and they see the cash. They find a way to wiggle you out of your property, separate you from it, and once they got you away from it, you don't own it no more. Now they do. And meanwhile, they're making movies and taking claims for making this thing into what it is, as they had direct ownership. But in the meanwhile, the intellectual property, the idea, the creation came from a guy none of you guys ever knew. Mm, mm, mm. It's not surprising, is it? Shouldn't be surprised. This happens in the business all the time. Look, I'm not saying the world is perfect or not perfect or whatever you want to say, but it's a mess out there. No, it's a complete mess. And when I mean out there, I mean the business idea, the business world. Guys will come in and steal your creation, and you have basically no say about it. And you can't fight them. In some instances, you don't have the money to fight them. They'll keep things in litigations in court for years. So we've seen this done plenty of times. So a lot of people who believe they were involved in beats and should have gotten something out of it. Because back in 2016, when they were going through this whole process that what was they doing? They had a $3 billion sale, and they had another partner that they dissolved it. And they had a partner named Noel Lee. So they had what did he have? And he got a judgment or something that resolved the big part of a case against Beats. They had the co-founder, Dr. Dre and Jimmy, double crossing another partner, that Noel Lee guy. He was like the audio video guy. He had this company called what, Monster. And oh my God, what happened there? Trying to think what happened, but it was like he once owned a 5% stake in Beats, and then what happened? Something happened with their partnership. I'm trying to remember, but I know Dre and Jimmy orchestrated some type of deal to try to, and it was supposed to terminate the contract or something. Because I think they went with another company like HTC or something. And once they did this alliance, it terminated with Monster Alliance Company, and they went with HTC. And they looked at it as a sham the way they did it, but they said that Beats' actions were liable under the contract that Lee and Monster had entered into because of sophisticated investors made it legal. And I'm like, this is nuts. The verbiage in these contracts sometimes are very, very like ridiculous. That you will need 65 probably different lawyers to look at it. They'll probably give you a whole different, each one will give you a different answer on it. See, the lawsuit alleged Beats misrepresented the case to Lee so he could sell his remaining 1.25% for 5.5 million. And that's what they did. They purposely misrepresented it to him. And that would be worth more than 30 million had he had owned it for the time Beats had sold it to Apple. He'd been getting 30 million. So if you took 5.5 million and you could have been getting 30, you might have a problem with Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine once that thing was sold to Apple. But they purposely manipulated this guy and misrepresented what was going on so that the guy would sell his shares. And Lee, oh man, Lee's original stake in the company would have landed him $150 million altogether. Do you understand? So, and that guy only got 5.5 million. 5.5 million, and altogether the deal now would have landed him 150 million. Mm, Now, Paul Watcher, who's a Beats investor and a board member, was also cleared of charges by Monsters claiming alleged misconduct by the HTC. So, the HTC company. So, once the judge had said that was cleared and everything else that cleared that hurdle, Mr. Lee still isn't happy about this situation. So, they're still fighting that as well. See, this is what happened when you have former partners. When you go into this new era that people are doing as far as negotiations and finagling and all this crazy verbiage. The bigger the company, the crazier the language gets. And they'll find a way to try to steal something from you. So I was just letting you know the truth behind Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine getting sued behind this Beats deal. I'm out.